Welcome to the Dirt Court Jesters podcast, your home for dirt track racing across the country and right here in the Ohio Valley. On episode 18, we're going to talk about the passing of Eldora General Manager Jerry Gappens, a huge Dirtcar Nationals on the horizon, and Ohio Speedweek is finally here. I hope you guys are ready to get dirty. This week in dirt racing history, we're going back to June 23rd, 2001, in Florence Speedway in Kentucky, when the All-Star Circuit of Champions paid a visit. Greg Wilson would get the win, Chad Kemenall would finish second, and Jason Johnson would round out the podium.
Let me talk to you!
This week's talking points, I want to start by talking about how good USAC was about being on top of their social media game, and just pointing out how good Logan Seavey is. We know how good Logan Seavey is. We saw him win all three of the Four Crown non-wing races last year at Eldora. Maybe he'll be able to do all four this year. We'll just have to wait and see. But USAC notes how good Logan Seavey is, as this is the earliest a driver has won his fifth USAC National Sprint race of the season since 1970, when Larry Dixon won his fifth race on May 10th, 1970. Seavey is also the first since Brian Clausen in 2016 to win 5 of the first 14 races. On that note, and Brian Clausen, if you haven't seen Chasing 200 on Flow, it's a must. I don't know if I can give you a whole lot of words. You just got to watch it. Very well put together. Flow's been pretty good about putting things out. Everything I've watched by Flow's been really good. And this is no different. Very cool, kind of behind the scenes. Gotta check it out. Chasing 200 on Flow. And recently announced the biggest Federated Auto Parts Dirtcar Nationals ever. January 30th through February 15th. ASCS and Dirtcar Racing will be there for week 1. The World of Outlaws and USAC week 2. And the World of Outlaw late models and Super Dirt Car week 3. I know the Pit Report boys, Trace and Rick, are going to be out there. I'm hoping to get down there finally. I've been wanting to. Man, the track is going to be tired after those 3 weeks. Ricky Lewis has been introduced as the newest addition to Four Kings Racing USAC NOS Energy Drink National Midget Team. Lewis will debut during Indiana Midget Week, which is starting up this week, June 4th through the 9th. Looking forward to that. A lot of stuff going on here. We got Midget Week starting up. We got Ohio Speedweek starting up, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. And we got Eldora Dream Week, June 5th through the 8th, starting with Flow Racing Night in America. A lot of money be going out of the bank of Eldora this week. Can't wait. Hopefully my first time to get out there for the Dream. Not sure if I'll go Saturday or not, but definitely want to get out there at least once this week. June 1st was Sprint Car Hall of Fame Induction Day in Knoxville. Just want to send a congratulations to Mark Boshier, Tracy Hines, Bill Holder, Paul McMahon, Roy Robbins, John Stanborough, Gary Terrell, and Ricky Warner. Congratulations on joining the Sprint Car Hall of Fame. And I told myself I wouldn't talk about points until after the month of money, but I thought I had to touch on this quickly. The World of Outlaw Sprint Cars top 5 are separated by 100 points, and in high limit, the top 3 are. So, if this is a note of anything to come, it's going to be an interesting points battle. I think once we get to the month of money, we're really going to see some separation there. Can't wait. Want to give a shout out to Victory Fuel, from Throttle Punch to Lucky Lemon. Both flavors are dynamite. 12 packs and 4 packs, and even some cool merchandise as well. Go to drinkvictory.com and use the code Gestures10 at checkout to save. Drinkvictory.com and use the code Gestures10 at checkout to save.
Acknowledge me.
This week's race recap, going over my notes and recalling the races I was able to catch. There were a lot of good battles behind the leader. Not as many close finishes as we all love and enjoy, but a lot of good racing back in the pack. I can just think of some battles for second, third place, and even really in the middle of the pack. It's just all over this week. Starting with May 26th, Port Royal had High Limit, and the Weikert Memorial, where Danny Dietrich would get the win. Congratulations, Danny Dietrich. Huge win for him. I know the crowd's going nuts. Great to see Danny get that victory. Tyler Courtney finished second, and Rico Abreu in third. May 27th, Fremont would have the World of Outlaw Sprint Cars for the Rick Ferkel tribute. Fremont looked racy, but it was rough, especially up against the curve. The track was heavy. A lot of cars got upside down. Carson Macedo would come away with the victory. David Gravel in second, and Cole Macedo would round out the podium. And Bill Baylog from 18th to 4th. Way to get to the front, Bill Baylog. May 28th, Grandview Speedway with High Limit. Brett Marks would get the win. Tyler Courtney in second, and Rico Abreu would round out the podium. Macon Speedway, Flow Racing Night in America. Ricky Thornton Jr. gets the win. Jason Fager, my pick. I was hoping to go back-to-back with Jason Fager, but no such luck. He comes up in second, and Hudson O'Neill would round out the podium. May 30th, Pittsburgh, PA Motor Speedway for Western PA Speedweek night number 2. Night number 1 got rained out. Dylan Norris gets the win. Dave Blaney in second, and Tim Schaefer in third. Doe Run would have the Extreme vs. Power Eye Midgets. Kanan McIntosh gets the win. Michael Pickens in second, and Trevor Klein in third. May 31st, Attica had AFCS on the 410 side. Cale Thomas gets the victory. Cap Henry in second, and Trey Jacobs would round out the podium. AFCS 305's Jamie Miller with the win. Brendan Tork in second, and Dustin Stroop in third. And late models, Kyle Moore gets the win. Rusty Schlenk in second, and Greg Haskell in third. Beaver Dam World of Outlaws night number 1. Sheldon Hodenshield gets the win. Carson Macedo in second, and David Gravel in third. Lawrenceburg would have High Limit. Got a chance to get out there and check out my first real High Limit race. I don't know. I don't have any bad things to say about it. I really think what they do with the dice roll and trying to get fans to buy tickets ahead of time is a great idea. Not only that, but you might be able to walk out of there with some extra cash. So the dice roll is cool. The wheel, I guess I'm okay with it. It doesn't really bother me one way or the other. I mean, aside from those few things, High Limit race doesn't feel a whole lot different to me in comparison to a World of Outlaw race. Now, I think the intention is, as they go forward every season, is to hopefully bump those purses up, and then you see a significant difference in High Limit purses and World of Outlaw purses, but that's just my guess. I don't know if that's the case or not. So, year 1, we'll have to wait and find out. But nevertheless, it was good to get some sprint car racing in there at Lawrenceburg on May 31st. And Kyle Larson would come away with the victory. My son was just thrilled, of course. Had a chance to meet Kyle before the race, got his little wing signed. So he had a blast. Glad to see Kyle Larson get the win. Rico Abreu in second. And Parker Price Miller would round out the podium. Lernerville for the Gene Lynch Classic. And Western PA Speedweek night number 3. 46 cars. And this isn't going to be the last time you hear 46 cars with Western PA Speedweek. Very cool of them to get the car count. AJ Flick would get the win, and he would come from 10th to the checkered. So congratulations to AJ Flick. Jordan Poirier in second, and Tim Schaefer in third. Hattiesburg Speedway was going to have USCS. Unfortunately, they got rained out. Hilltop had Mod Lights, and Jimmy Smith goes from 15 to the win. 15th to the win for Jimmy Smith. Jake Bowman in second, and Jason No in third. I-96 had GLSS, where Dustin Daggett would get the win. Jared Hortzman in second, and Craig Mintz in third. Limeland GLTS, Braden Clark with the win. Dustin Engel in second, and Steve Irwin in third. Modifieds, Daniel Sanchez would get the win. Tony Anderson in second, and Todd Sherman in third. Jared Clay finishes 13th after starting 7th, and his buddy Dustin Moore finishes 14th after starting 6th. They were up towards the front, just fell back, but very good guys there. Had a chance to talk to both of them a few times, and hope the best for them moving forward this season. Knoxville had the Corn Belt Clash, night number 1. USAC Sprint Cars. Justin Grant gets the win. Brady Bacon in second, and Dason Pursley in third. Swainsboro for Hunt the Front, night number 1. Brandon Overton gets the win. Sam Seawright in second, and Carson Ferguson would round out the podium. Coles County would have the Extreme vs. Power Eye Midgets, where Ashton Torgerson would get the win. Chase McDermott in second, Zach Dahm in third. Circle City Midwest Thunder 410s. No surprise here, Ricky Lewis gets the win. Rylan Gray in second, and Anthony Nicholson in third. Rush County Speedway ASCS, Seth Bergman gets the win. Matt Covington in second, and Ryder LaPlante in third. Muller had Midwest Thunder Midgets. Cale Coons would get the win. Bryce Massengale in second, and Jake Boxwell in third. They also had IMCA Race Savers on hand, and where Chris Miller would get the win. Wyatt Justice in second, and Jacob Stickle would round out the podium. June 1st, Atomic had the Valvoline American Late Model Ironman Series, 31 cars on hand, and Hudson O'Neill would win a range-shortened feature. Adam Stricker in second, and Rod Conley in third. The other features, unfortunately, got rained out. Beaver Dam was going to have the World of Outlaws. Night number 2, they were rained out. Dodge City had a CS where Sam Haferteef Jr. got the win. Jason Martin in second, and Hank Davis in third. Butler Motor Speedway was going to have high limit. Unfortunately, they got rained out. Fremont had the AFCS 410s. Caleb Henry would throw his right rear up top, and coming to the line, he gets the win. Zis Sabo in second, and Cale Thomas in third. Caleb Henry goes high. Zis Sabo goes low. Caleb Henry gets the win at the line. AFCS 305s. Jamie Miller gets the win. Dustin Stroop in second, and Brian Sabato in third. Knoxville for Corn Belt Clash, night number 2. USAC Sprints, and the curb was a little rough. Some cars would get ate up, but Dason Pursley would come away with the win. Brady Bacon in second, and Kevin Thomas Jr. in third. Also had 410 wings on hand. Chase Randall would get the win. Don Drought Jr. in second, and Austin McCarl would round out the podium. Sharon Speedway, Western PA Speedweek, night number 4. And once again, they follow up 46 cars with 46 cars. Congratulations. Way to go. Ryan Smith would come away with the victory. Dave Blaney from 12th to 2nd. Dave Blaney getting up front, as we know he does there at Sharon. And Zane DeVault would finish in third. Sounds like the B main was wild. AJ Flick and Ricky Peterson passed Chris Vert on the last lap in order to make the transfer. Glad to see Ricky Peterson getting in the A there. 46 cars and a good field. It's tough to come by. Congratulations again to Ryan Smith on the win. Swainsboro had Hunt the Front for night number 2. Dalton Cook got the win. Michael Page in second, and Cody Overton would finish in third. Wayne County in Illinois had the Extreme and Power Eye Midgets, or so they thought. They were rained out. Muskegum County, they had late models on hand, and Anthony Kincaid would get the win. Clint Keenan from 21st to 2nd. Wow. Clint Keenan can drive a race car. 21st to 2nd. Todd Brennan in third. Fort Smith in the 10th annual Cletus Classic for the modifieds, and $3,000 to win. Looking at the results, it looks like the rain may have got to them and they didn't get it in. I couldn't find anything concrete to clear that up, but it looks like they weren't able to get that in. Mudlick Valley was going to have OVSCA, but unfortunately that was rain shortened. They got some racing in, but not all of it. Tyler County had late models where Tyler Carpenter would get the win. Travis Brown in second, and Mike Benedum would round out the podium. Carpenter would also win the King of the Hill race, and apparently they had a grocery cart race at intermission. So Tyler Carpenter with the hat trick at Tyler County. Why Not Motorsports Park was going to have USCS, but they got rained out. Wayne County in Ohio had 410 sprints, and Tyler Gunn got the win. Jordan Ryan in second, and Henry Malcott in third. Late models, Kyle Moore would get the victory. Ryan Markham in second, and J.R. Gentry in third. Lincoln Speedway for the Steve Smith Memorial. Troy Wagaman gets the win. Danny Dietrich in second, and Freddie Raymer in third. And today, the day we're recording this, June 2nd, they had to reset. Butler Motor Speedway is going to have high limit, and Goods Raceway is going to have a 200-lap enduro race.
Woo!
Local coverage, Ohio Speedweek is finally upon us. 9 straight days of 410 racing across the state of Ohio. The fast-sanctioned Ohio Speedweek's June 7th through June 15th. 5 of the races are going to be on Flow Racing. 4 will be on Dirt Vision. If you haven't donated and you want to help out the race teams during this grueling week, Stephanie Linder is always doing good stuff. Check her stuff out on social media. You can donate to her and she'll make sure your donation gets to where it needs to go. Excited for Speed Week. Excited to get back to Millstream. And on that note, Millstream's less than 2 weeks away from kicking the gates open once again. June 14th, Ohio Sprint Speed Week pays a visit. I might even have a few buddies there who will be first-timers to a dirt track, so I'm excited about that. Also ran into Dan, or as you may know him, Sprint Fun, on social media. While at Lawrenceburg, he's out there taking photographs as he always does. He told me he stopped by Millstream not too long ago and noticed a smaller track inside the 4/10th mile, so I'm interested to see what their plan is with that. You can go to millstreamspeedway.net for tickets for the June 14th Ohio Sprint Speed Week show. Also, check out sprintfun.smugmug.com for some great racing images. Camping for the Brad Doty Classic at Attica looks to be sold out. Tickets are still available for the race on July 16th. Go to AtticaRacewayPark.com. Kings Royal and World 100 camping at Eldora sold out. Sold out. Camping at Eldora for the Kings Royal and the World 100. You might have a shot. SpeedyCampingandParking.com. The way the World 100 was going, I bet there's nothing there near the track. Kings Royal, there may still be some stuff available, but I'm definitely not going to wait. We're about a month and a half-ish out. So if you're trying to camp near the track, you could try SpeedyCampingandParking.com, see if they've got anything left for the Kings Royal or the World 100, but it's going to be tight in there this year, folks.
I'm the tower of power, too sweet to be sour. I'm funky like a monkey. Sky's the limit and space is the place.
This week's spotlight is going to be on Jerry Gappens. Jerry Gappens, the general manager at Eldora Speedway, recently passed away from complications during surgery. Jerry's been at Eldora for a few years, had to be a major contributor in the success of Eldora as that continues, as well as playing a large part in the Sprint Car Million that was recently there. Prior to Eldora, Jerry was a promoter at Gas City. He spent 23 years with Speedway Motorsports, specifically serving as Executive Vice President and General Manager of New Hampshire Motor Speedway in Loudon, New Hampshire for 8 years, and Senior Vice President of Events and Marketing of Charlotte Motor Speedway for 15 years. Jerry was also a staff member at Speed Sport in the early 80s. Grew up around racing, even ran a sprint car and did some announcing. Our thoughts are with Jerry's family. Jerry Gappens was 63.
I drank a beer. I drank another beer. 3 beers. 4 beers. Oh no.
As this week's episode comes to a close, we got to talk about the racing to come. June 4th, Circle City is going to have Indiana Midget Week, night number 1. Davenport Speedway will have High Limit. June 5th, Lawrenceburg is going to have Indiana Midget Week, night number 2. And Eldora is going to have Flow Racing Night in America, leading into the Dream. June 6th, Eldora and the prelim for the Dream. Lincoln Park has Indiana Midget Week, night number 3, June 7th. Route 66 has ASCS. Attica has night number 1 of Ohio Sprint Speedweek. Bloomington has night number 4 of Indiana Midget Week. The Deuce of Clubs Thunder Raceway is going to have Power Eye winged sprint cars. Eldora Prelim night number 2 for the Dream. Hartford Speedway with GLTS. Hilltop's supposed to race I-70 with High Limit. Limeland with GLSS Modifieds. River City Speedway with the World of Outlaws Sprint Cars. Raceway 7's running. Ohio Valley Speedway's running. June 8th, Fremont's going to have Ohio Sprint Speed Week night number 2. Tri-State's going to have Indiana Midget Week night number 5. Eldora in the Dream. June 9th, Kokomo with Indiana Midget Week night number 6. And Waynesfield will have Ohio Sprint Speed Week night number 3. That wraps up this week's episode. We'll just have to keep moving towards the front, one lap at a time.
Goodbye, mwah, and good night, bang.
Thanks for listening to the Dirt Court Jesters podcast. Give us a like, give us a follow, give us a shout out. Let your friends know on X and YouTube as well at Dirt Court Jester. And we hope to see you guys at the track.